Welcome back to Tomb of Annihilation, Wildemount Edition. I am your Dungeon Master, Hollow. This is my lovely cast. Lovely cast, say hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
So today we are picking up with episode number 25. That's a lot of episodes. So we're getting down to some of the nitty gritty here and to some of the deepest, darkest secrets of the Tomb of Annihilation that only the most hidden adventurers have ever witnessed. So, there's been a lot of real world stuff happening between last session and this session. 7 days, it's a lot of days. So, let's help each other recap here and talk about what's been going on. We picked up the other week was shortly after the battle with the gargoyles, right? And down there in the Gears of Hate, 5th level of the Tomb of Annihilation. And there was a little bit of exploration. And there was a discovery of that mammoth, and there was also a bit of, a bit of aqua sports involved, right? You've heard of surfing with an alien. How about swimming with an aboleth? That's what's happened. That's what happened last time. And the party got split. And then those tentacles exploded from the dark water. And he was like, oh, shit. And anyway, party was able to finally get to that third cogwheel and move into this control room that you spied upon. What do you guys remember of the control room?
Buttons, diagrams.
Seems like there's 5 different configurations.
Yep. And
Remember, we did use it to rotate the rooms once.
correct. So they were initially set to configuration 5, but the green light was on the third configuration. And then a button was pressed, and then it shifted the gears to the third configuration that had the green light before the configuration changed over. So the party was like, okay, It opened up a doorway to another tunnel, and it was when you were exploring that area where we last left off, actually. And that is where we'll pick things up. I've changed the map for everybody in your browsers there.
Yeah, I want to peek my head out and look around the corners here without stepping out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I see a door to my left and maybe a small narrow passage over to the right. But I don't think any of us could fit through that passage, except maybe Rar.
He is quite large. He's our size.
Probably not that. I'll let you take a look.
I believe our little rabbit friend has somebody you might be able to send down there.
Yeah, I assume that all you guys had gone down in that hall. We just haven't updated the map. And for some reason, they don't have a version of this game, no update, which actually like moves the gears around, which would be really cool. But okay, so you see forward, and this hall is enclosed and choked with dust and cobwebs, and just the suffocating aura. It's kind of moldy and it smells stale at the same time. And up ahead, there's these flickering lights that dimly illuminate a large hall that comes into view. And yeah, uh, Goss moves in immediately as after Rambala speaks about it seems to be like a crawl space spotted further down the hall. There's an incline in the hall actually. It's sloped, and you see that there are these puddles, large puddles of gray slime that spread across the floor. It's going to be about a 10-foot wide hall, and the slope is gentle. But there are these black candles that flicker on riveted sconces, casting the dim light. In sequence, you see sculptured reliefs upon the walls depicting humanoids with bestial heads kneeling before a black star. And then at the lower end of the hall, off to y'all's left, there is a thick purple drape covered in dust that hangs wall to wall. Looks like a dead end the other way.
As far as the little passage, I could probably send my construct down, but I have no way to gather any information from it. So I don't think that would really help us too much.
Magic Man, can you like turn yourself to smoke or something?
Don't believe so.
I do have enlarge reduce.
How low can you go?
One
Hallucinate
size
goose.
lower. So I think everybody here is medium, so I can make them small.
Would small get us to fit through?
Certainly. Seems that way.
Yeah, I'll bite the bullet if nobody else wants to.
I mean, did you say you could do us all?
No, it's a single target.
Okay.
And
Can we see this door, actually? Have we checked that out?
I think he says it's just a curtain right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a dark curtain covered in dust.
Okay.
I can send my spirit mascot to go move the curtain in case it's inevitably trapped. And Hollow, real quick, I'm currently carrying my construct. Are you able to change the layering on that so my character token would be on top of it? No rush on that, though.
Yeah, that's just to bring to the back. There we go. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Nope, I'm still
Oh.
showing Farouk is underneath of my cannon.
There we go.
Ah, there we go. Thank you, sir.
Good, dude.
That way I can move them together. All right, I'm gonna have my construct, my spirit mascot go and open up the curtain.
Okay. And you throw the curtain back. Pay no attention to what's behind the curtain. It just looks like a broken statue. Maybe it demands all of your attention. It's rather scary looking statue because these things almost killed you before. This is a 6 foot tall statue of a leering, four-armed gargoyle. One of its arms, though, is broken off and lies on the floor in front of it. Its hand curled into a tight fist. The other three arms have their clawed hands open in such a way as to suggest they're meant to hold something. Carved into the wall above the statue is a riddle. 3 I need, then 3 more. 3 more still opens the door.
Damn, we already said we don't have all types of coin, correct?
Correct. Well, if he needs 3 or something, and then 3 more, and then 3 more, so it's either 9 of something, or if it's multiplicative, 27 of something. I'm also wondering if that closed hand is holding the key for the mammoth inside of it. If you guys want to keep trying to figure this one out, Goss, I know you're willing to do enlarge reduce to go through that, but if you don't have a way back, it might be better for me to, because if it's a dead end, I can recast on myself. Otherwise, you'd only have a minute in there.
Okay. Yeah, that might not be the best option.
And you can
I
still
thought it was.
teleport back to your
but-
thing, right?
Yep. All right. So I'm very quickly going to cast enlarge reduce and scurry my way through the opening here.
Scurry away you
In fact,
do.
I am going to ride my little spider construct.
Ah. Okay, and it takes a 90 around a corner, and you see it's dark, unlit. It goes probably a good almost 30 feet down before it takes another 90 to the right.
All right. Conscious of the time and getting the feeling I do not want this spell to end while I'm in here, I am going to hurry along my way.
Okay. When you get to this next 90, you see when you peek around, there's some faint light emanating from further down the way. And since you're hurrying, I'm assuming you just take the corner, right?
Not when
And,
you ask me that way.
well, cautiously,
Yes,
but with caution.
yes,
Right?
I would be.
So, but knowing you're not just going to dive into the deep end. You're much more logical than that. So, when you come to the end of the tunnel, perhaps stopping you in your tracks through shock and awe is this lit chamber that is flickering from the black candle and the sconce upon the wall. It's flickering up, all the shadows and everything are dancing with the light upon this magnificent juggernaut of construct. It is some type of vehicle on 4 mighty stone wheels with all types of Omuan etchings upon it. The whole entire thing looks like it's made out of solid stone, like a stone wagon, and it has tusks upon its front end.
I would cautiously. I'd probably send my construct in just to make sure the floor's not going to fall out. But there's a cool vehicle, and I want to study it. I would holler back down the tunnel. There's some kind of vehicle behind this wall. You guys should be cautious. Make sure you're close to the exit. I'm gonna play with it. If I accidentally turn it on, it is gonna barrel down this hallway. And then, provided the floor didn't fall out under my construct, I will step into the room.
Yeah, so far, so good. Looks clean.
All right. I would start investigating the construct.
Right.
Also, the spirit mascot would be left over in that other room because I can teleport to it. So in case I need to swap places.
Oh, 4 out. Okay, cool. So this guy would be gone. You need to back out the main hall.
Nope. That one is my cannon. It would be the other one that would still be over there.
So you flashed him in and out.
Yep. Just in case I need to exit quickly. But yeah, then I'm gonna investigate the stone chariot.
Okay, cool. So taking a look at this thing, go ahead and roll that investigation check.
Uh, 17.
Yes, you can tell that this is some type of war machine. And it may very well have something to do with magical trap in this hallway.
All right. Do I see any way to potentially set it off? I'm gonna yell back through the tube that I crawled through. This looks like a trap, guys. I'm gonna try to set it off so that it doesn't trigger inopportunely on us. So clear the hallway. And then I'm gonna start poking around.
Okay. So you go at it, poking around a little bit, and you can. Well, do you have thieves' tools or anything like that to start really poking around with, like a crowbar or something or anything?
Thieves' tools, tinker's tools.
Got it all. Okay. Whatever's better for
The
you.
ability to make whatever.
Roll for 'em.
The ability to make whatever other tools I need.
And roll in this situation, given its trap, use thieves' tools. Roll with that.
Alrighty. I just gotta find them. Nope. Doesn't look like I have thieves' tools, but with my tinker's tools and I know there's an ability for that. Nope, class feature. Right tool for the job. I can create the tools. So I will spend a little bit of time with my tinker's tools and add said thieves' tools. Oh, no, I did have thieves' tools. I just couldn't spell when I was doing my search.
Yeah, I hate that they didn't fix that shit yet. It's got to be spelled exactly.
I figured I could just start typing like, THIE and it would figure out the rest, but
Autofill, yeah.
apparently not.
It doesn't do that.
That's a 26, good sir.
Well, you poke around and don't see anything other than potentially some of the glyphs on the this war machine itself that may connect it to some type of magical trap. It's got to be magical in nature because with your thieves' tools, tinkering around the area with them, checking out this wall to the right that's closing in this area, separating it from the main hall. That wall is solid. It is rock solid. It looks like it's been there forever. You don't see any mechanical trap in nature to really try to befuddle and gremlin your way through. And you do notice, though, that especially when you're checking out the that wall, that upon the front of this thing, there are dry blood stains splattered, like on the wheels and whatnot. Especially, this thing is steamrolled people before. That's what it looks like, a steamroller of a war machine.
All right, if there's a magical trigger, would I be able to use Arcana to attempt to figure out a way to activate or permanently disable it?
You can roll Arcana and maybe potentially look at some of the markings, some of the engravings there on the war machine itself. See if you recognize any of the symbols. Certainly.
19 on that Arcana.
Okay. Yeah, you recognize them to be indigenous markings and style that is highly recognized since your time here in the lost city of Gold, the city of Elmu. You notice that any of the writings upon it would be in nature to uh, Ubtao, the great dinosaur god. That, those are the only glyphs that you see upon it that make any sense to you. Uh, you would need a religion check to recognize that. With an Arcana 19, and you've been out here in the jungle for so long, you recognize those markings. The the god that cast down the trickster gods, perished them all to death.
All right, I'm going to think for a little bit if you want to check in with everybody else.
Meanwhile, in the other hall, what are you guys up to?
I'm just pulling security at the door, the entrance back into the next tunnel, make sure nobody comes in.
At the Star Rambala?
Yep. Kind of watching this T junction here in the hallway.
So far, so good. Your buddy's been in there for a while. You hear him tinkering around a little bit. These artificers, they could be up to anything.
Well, Then I'm gonna yell back through there everything that I found. Hopefully they can hear me. Saying that, well, this thing's definitely killed people before. There's dried blood. It's definitely some kind of trap. I'm guessing something sets it off and bursts through that wall that separates us. I'm not seeing a way to disable it from my end, short of potentially casting Shatter and trying to destroy it.
So it just dead ends to where that thing is.
Yep. It looks like this thing is something sets it off and it fills up that entire hallway, and I'm guessing it comes rushing forward. There's some nasty spikes on it, and these wheels will turn you into pudding.
Wouldn't it have crushed the statue if it went all the way down the hallway?
That's what I was wondering if it was supposed to potentially do, hence the reason of setting it off. But it could also be programmed to stop at a certain point.
Athazar, do you have Mage Hand?
No, I do not.
Oh, when in doubt, shoot it out. I can hit it with an arrow. Or shooting the statue. If you want to do that.
Yeah, we could always try that. Yeah. I was thinking if we had just a safe way to place items in the hands without us being out in the hallway.
Back a minute, I gotta grab a beer.
Problem is, we don't know what the correct items are. I'm still curious what's in the closed fist.
Well, we could always
bet it-
stay out of the way here and have Arar bring us the arm and kind of start with that and see if we can see what's in the fist.
All right.
That is something we can try. So the arm was detached?
Yeah, I think he said it was broken and laying on the floor.
Right.
Yeah, with his fist closed around something. Even if it's not something that we're looking for, it may potentially give us a clue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can send him in there to try that. Don't go fetch. Is that what we want to do?
I got no other better options, so yeah, I say we go for that, see if that gives us any more information.
Right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and tell Aurora to go fetch the arm and have him sprint back as fast as he possibly can.
Fetching the arm.
Yep.
All right, you've got it. Good call.
What kind of noise would a winged lizard make?
Probably not good call.
The movie Evolution tells me it's
I was
Tuki
just
Tuki
thinking
Caca.
that.
Oh god, I love that movie.
Cluck, 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 cluck.
Tuki Tuki Caca Caca.
I don't think the kaka and tuki are working.
Oh, keep going. Rub some funk on it.
God, that was a good movie.
So good.
So you guys have the arm. Just try to break it open.
Yeah, I suppose. Just start trying to smash it on the ground.
All right. So you just start clubbing it into the ground or something, beating it
Yeah.
into the wall.
Just
Smash that
caveman
thing, like,
noises.
yeah, making caveman noises like you're trying to beat an old payphone and puking up some coins. And then this thing just, you know what? It doesn't even chip one bit. Every time you slam it into the ground or bash it into the wall, there is this force that pulses forth from the point of impact and spiderwebs over the appendage and then dissipates like some type of abjurational protection.
Anybody able to dispel magic?
Ooh, I may be able to do that. Let me look. See if I got that one right.
I love that you keep cracking the Magic Man jokes, and you've got almost as many spells as he does.
I do have
believe
dispel
I have.
magic ready and 1 third level spell slot available.
It sounds like something a cleric or like a priestly, holy, divine caster would say.
But
All these
It's
like
not
ribbing the
magic, it's
magic.
from my god.
right
Yeah,
now,
yeah, he'd be ribbing the arcane magic user left and right. Oh, call that magic?
I was going to say blasphemy. I don't cast spells. I pray to my goddess, and she grants me these abilities. But isn't that's through that narrow passage, right?
No, through the narrow passage is the Crushinator. You guys have the hand.
Yeah, Auror's got it. He's chewing on it.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you want me to try and dispel the arm to see if it'll release whatever it's holding? Is that the thought?
Yeah, we couldn't break it because there was magical protection on it.
All right. Yeah, I heard you were. I guess I missed what you were attempting to break. So, but yes, I will. Well, there's also a chance it was cast by someone powerful, and I do have a 4th level slot available. I think we'll go ahead and just cast it at 4th, just in case for the extra boost. So I will attempt to dispel magic the arm with a 4th level spell slot.
Or
So it looks like I roll DC 10 plus whatever the spell's level is, I guess.
can't tell you the
Right.
spell level though. That's it.
Right, yeah.
Oof.
17.
Fantastic roll. However, upon casting your dispelling magic, divine aura shoots from within you, then out of your hands, washes over the stonework, and then quickly dissipates after it gets countered by a flash of that force field like abjuration around the golem leg, not the golem, the gargoyle's arm.
Well, that's the best I got. Sorry.
This thing is warded to high hell. Damn.
Yeah, so it's higher than a 7th level spell protector.
So what if we just try a mundane item? Let's like I've got 10 candles. What if we take 3 candles and try and put one of each in the 3 arms and see what happens? You up for letting Arar try that?
Yeah, we can do that. I'll send Aurora in to do that.
Delete those from my inventory.
So you said try to put the candles back in the gargoyle's arm.
Yeah, and the 3 open hands that are on the statue was my thought.
Yep. Imagine Aurora can probably only carry one in his mouth at a time, so it'll probably take multiple trips. So he drops off the first one in the first hand.
All right. He sits it there. No problem.
Alright, and he's gonna go back and repeat that 2 more times. Fetching them from Rumbala.
Right. Harar touches all bases, but he doesn't bring it home. Nothing happens.
One, 2, 3. Well, there's 6 candles in here. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Do we maybe have to come back for this later? Do we maybe have to backtrack?
Potentially. What is the looks like there's an unlit candle all the way at the left side, over by my mascot.
Yes, that is a sconce with an unlit candle. It's a black candle. It looks like it's halfway melted down. It's these candles. They're rather large, probably a good 3-4 inches in diameter.
How tall is the ceiling in the hallway?
Ceiling in the hallway, no more than a dozen feet. So it's pretty. It's up there. It's
I'm gonna shout down to ask
uh,
Paruk how tall that machine is.
And I will answer as soon as I get divine revelation of how tall this is.
Are you? I thought you were talking about the hallway you were in, not the main
No,
hallway.
so that was the this hallway.
The main
How
hall.
tall this is.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that main hall there. Well, that's a good question. That hall there is that's actually that is a good 20 feet vaulted, and
Okay.
that Peru can verify that the machine juggernaut thing, whatever the fuck it is definitely almost up to that ceiling. It's got to be a good 18 feet up.
Okay.
It's a
Well, there goes
monster.
that idea.
It is a juggernaut, man. That thing is a beast looking of a steamroller. Uh, Peru, you might remember now something that your brain just blacked out because it was so disturbing. In the dried blood upon the front steamroller were little pieces of looked like bone matter, skull fragments.
Anybody got a ranged fire spell? Otherwise, hand a torch over to my mascot.
Yeah, Athazar, I think. He's got a Sorcerous Blast. I think he can choose fire and use it on object.
Well, Aurora is also infused with fire, and he can infuse uh, any of my weapon attacks with fire damage. So I can shoot an arrow at it and have him infuse the arrow with fire.
Well, this sounds like a competent.
I don't know if Sorcerous Burst is a cantrip, or I don't know if that's going to cost any spell slots or anything. Mine's
No,
just
it's a
a
cantrip.
reaction. Okay. Yeah, if you wanna blast it.
Blast the machine, or
No, the sconce, the unlit candle.
Right to the left of my mascot there is an unlit one.
I was so close. I pinged in the dark.
all right, I'll use the sorcerer's burst on it. Try to light the candle.
I would recommend being far back in case Smashy McSmasherson comes through that wall.
All right. Ready to light this fire?
I am going to hold an action that in the event that this thing starts rolling backwards, I'm going to switch teleport with my mascot. And 60 feet, so it can be.
It's like defusing a bomb.
Pretty sure that's how it works. You shoot fireballs at it.
Well, it's delicate work like that, anyway. Like one wrong move and who knows, everybody could be dead. So, wait, you've never lived until you defuse a bomb by throwing fireballs at it. It's like you never really grew up until you've been in a mosh pit with bare feet. All right,
Bare
so
feet just sounds like a bad idea.
mushrooms. That's the proper mush. That's a proper mosh pit move right there. Like a Viking warrior, feel no pain, just going at it, leveling guys twice your size, crowd killing. I don't recommend it, but for educational purposes, I'm just putting that out there. All right, so you light that candle there, the one unlit candle in the main hall. There's all this tense build up to it. You light the candle, and it doesn't light up the party. Nothing happens. You just have a lit candle.
These damn red herrings. Well, I am totally at a loss.
Why do we want to set off this trap again?
We want to
Or-
figure out the thing. We just don't want it going off on us at a bad time.
Let's try coin instead, maybe. I've got 50 gold coins if you want to have Arar do a gold coin in the gargoyle's hands.
Yeah, we can try that. Go ahead and send Aurora out with gold coins. Put them in the hands.
Was there anything in any of the murals or anything that could potentially give us a clue as to what the proper items are?
I see. Back in the hall. Well, they look like sculpture reliefs depicting just old style, original people of the land, uh, working uh, beast-style heads. They they have like they look sort of like Aboriginal people, but they have animal heads, right? Maybe like masks or something in these carvings. Very pagan-like, very crude in nature, almost hieroglyphic, and they're all the peoples are bowing down to this big black star.
Yeah, I'm completely stumped.
Can I try to look around the statue, see if I can gather any clues from around the statue? Maybe there's any indentations in the hands of what might have been there before, or any indication of what might fit in them.
Okay, go ahead and roll a investigation check.
Nope, I didn't see shit.
Yep, so better than I could.
Yep, that's made out of rock.
That thing over there looks like it could roll.
Ugh. Can I take the curtain and because did we just draw it to the side or did we rip it down?
Just drew it to the side.
Okay. Can I close the curtain with me on this side of it and see if there's any markings or anything like that on the inside of the curtain?
Just dust.
Just dust.
And
Oh.
when you touch the curtain off to the side, you can't help but to get it in your senses. It could make you sneeze, especially if you had allergies. We comb the desert. We ain't found shit.
All right. Anybody have any other ideas, or are we gonna try circling back to this? Only other option I can think of is extinguishing all the candles since one was out.
And so the gold coins did nothing.
0.0.
I'm gonna collect those then, my candles and coins.
right. Get your shit, and nothing happens. You're able to retrieve that without an issue. It's perplexing, but it looks like certainly certainly more here than what meets the eye. SpongeBob gif. It's funny.
The party feels right now.
Drooling. Like, oh, eyes roll in the back of the head. Can't figure this out. Here, what's the hold on, I got a good gift. Let's see if I can find this one. I gotta do it on another browser, not the one that's on the fucking stream. But anyway, you know the Danny DeVito one where he's like sitting back eating potato chips, and he's like, he tells the group, "Take your time. I'm getting paid either way. Whether you figure this out in 2 minutes or an hour."
Did we try putting the arm back on the gargoyle?
I don't think we did.
Nope.
You want to have Aurora try, or if not, I will.
I don't know if Aurora would be able to manage that.
All right, well, stand clear of the hallway just in case. And I will try placing the arm back on the gargoyle statue.
You do so. No problem.
It just attaches and nothing happens?
Uh, it doesn't attach. Nothing happens. That's correct.
I got you. So I just hold it there, nothing happens, and it's still broken.
Yeah, it's like
What about, can anyone mend?
I can, I just don't have that particular spell.
I'll be damned, I
Ready.
do too. I mend it. Or attempt to.
nothing happens.
All right, that's all the ideas I got. Somebody want to try putting the candles out? Was that the next idea?
Yeah, it's the only other thing I can think of currently.
Yep, I'll go ahead and do that. Alright, I'm gonna snuff out this one. I'm gonna attempt to snuff out this one. Are they going out as I'm snuffing them?
Well, the one did. That first one you snuffed out, the one that you lit up, that goes out. But the second one you're trying, Ghost, it doesn't go out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely magical in nature. It's just not going out. It's like one of those magical birthday candles, but even better.
Can it be removed from the sconce that it's in?
Potentially.
I'll try to pull it out of the sconce.
All right, you've got it.
Is it still staying lit?
Yep.
Okay. I'm actually gonna go and try to relight this one then, and with the magical candle, and then replace the one that I pulled. See
No,
if that
5
does
minutes
anything.
to have to get a shower.
All right, Goss,
Gotcha.
you start doing a little finagling here and there, and
Yeah.
no real results as far as, there's no break in the case or anything like that.
All right. I'm gonna put this candle back out and collect this one, then this one, then this one, this one, this one, and then as I'm walking out, I'm gonna grab the last candle.
It looks like you've got hopefully a half a dozen ever burning candles, and they're black. They look really cool, like for gothic atmosphere and all of that.
Nothing changes in the room other than it gets dark.
Changes the room other than it gets dark. But these candles, man, they look like they just don't go out. They're pretty deep.
What if you put those in the gargoyle's hand?
Riddle was, remember the riddle, guys? Anybody?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna put this in chat. All right, that way, I don't want to say it the third time and shit. But it's
Something about 3 and 3 and 3 again.
3 I need, then 3 more, 3 more still opens the door.
That's 7 candles. I'll go ahead and I'll put 3 of the candles in the gargoyle's hands. Does that do anything?
Negative.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my items back in the gargoyle's hands now that he did that, so that it has, I guess it'd be a total of 6 candles with 3 magical, 3 mundane, and then 3 gold coins.
And maybe it elevates your heart rate. That's about it.
I reach out and shake the gargoyle's hand.
Is there anything else we have to offer in the hands besides coins, candles, anything?
It needs to be
Except our
9 of.
weapons.
Well, it sounds like it needs to be 9 of this. Something similar. How many
Okay.
of those magic cubes to get in here were there?
9. Do we still have them? I thought they got set into the wall.
Yeah, they disappeared after they unlocked the door, actually. So, yeah, that.
Good thought, though.
And you found out also that when you use the 9 puzzle cubes that you found over the course of real life few months, you when you use them, the puzzle cubes disappeared, and they went back to their respective shrines throughout the lost city of gold. And then some other people, another expedition came in and found them, and then you picked up some of those people from that expedition. Rembala, for instance. That's how you joined, I believe. It was from one of those lost expeditions, and then you merged with this one that was a little ahead, that had already found the puzzle cubes. So yeah, you
So
guys have deciphered that the puzzle cubes go back to the shrines. So once they're used, so no, you don't have them upon your persons to try to use in the situation.
I'll try just 9 gold coins then, 3 in each hand. All right, I'm out of ideas.
Why don't we
Alright.
do this? If you want, Unless you have an idea, and I have an idea, but I would like to hear Sean. If you have another idea, go for that first.
Oh, no, I was just gonna suggest that maybe we go look elsewhere around the place. I'm getting tired of yelling through a hole in the wall.
That's all I can think of is something else to offer it, but it sounds like we've offered it as much as we can.
Yeah, probably want something specific.
All right. So let's do this, okay? Let's just go into a break right here. All right. It'll take our 10 minutes. You guys, even if you need an extra couple minutes to figure out your exact next course of action, this is going to give that to you. Okay. You can do that off to the side if need be. And since we're going to be breaking scene anyway, let's just do that now. And we'll see what happens. Okay. Because you have the control room to think about. Also, there was some talk about the mammoth maybe being some type of key, if you can figure that out, or this or that, or the next thing. Uh, so there's a lot to decipher here. I'll allow you to huddle up, and let's just take 10, all right?
Well, I have a cheesy idea.
Can't be worse than anything else.
How many enlarge reduces you got?
Not enough to shrink all of us to fit in the hand.
No, no, no. Just squeeze through the doors.
Uh,
just try to force our way through an exit.
one more.
Okay, that's not enough.
Um, can you upcast? Can you use a third level spell slot to cast a second level spell? I mean, it only gave me one extra, so probably not worth it even if I could.
I don't get that fucking kind of complications. Like, everything we just fucking say the way they are. Aside from like fucking shadowing. Well, maybe it's explode. Not really into doing that with me. This was like Eddie Vedder in the same way. But just wanted to just be, and Kurt too. They just want to be little bands. I don't know why. It did to a certain extent, but not, just to the extent to be like, with the cool clubs that they wanted to do and record it. That, and I think that's kind of like the grunge mindset. Like, that's the mindset of the grunge singer. Just like that's what's in our DNA, the way we approach everything. Be contracted to be put on display on major cities around the country or around the world or whatever, like some fucking zoo animal. I know. So what's up?
Not our IQ.
Well, when I was looking at this at a game, obviously last week, I was looking at this. I had no recollection of exactly how it went down amongst what the two other groups that had completed this campaign. I had no recollection how it went down, but I didn't see anything in the material that gave any hints, any real hints, when you're just straight on looking at that main hall. So I could tell you that you were pretty thorough. You guys are thorough, and it seems like it's just going to have to be a mystery that remains. And we'll leave it at that. Sometimes you can't win all the battles in the war, or else it's just a massacre, right? It's a give and a take. So as you walk away, some of you feeling like your heads are bowed a little bit, hey, don't worry about it. You are deep in the Tomb of Annihilation. If this was first edition, you'd have been dead a long time ago. Speaking of, did you see there's a new Tomb of Horrors board game coming out. Did you see that shit? Yeah, the pre-releases for a Tomb of Horrors board game. Where the fuck is that? There it is. It's a WizKids game. Yeah, Onslaught. This looks fucking cool. Put it there on Sunday chat. I mean, it looks good, but come on, release a campaign. We're gonna get no campaigns this year. Like we basically got no campaigns last year.
Have you ever ran Tomb of Annihilation? Or shit, not. Got that stuck in my head now. All of a sudden. Fucking Descent into Avernus.
Oh yeah, actually, this server was signed to Wizards of the Coast a long time ago with non-disclosure agreements. I'm not gonna say too much, obviously, but it was during the Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus playtesting season. So that's that they signed us under the guise of playtesters, and they're really cool. Someone from Gary Con hooked us up, who was one of my players back then. This was before the pandemic, and so anyway, I was running Descent into Avernus 3 times a week, 3 nights a week, and each group beat the entire campaign. And what I really liked about it was that every single group that I ran through Descent into Avernus, Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus, every group I ran through, it was always a different ending. It was an alternate ending every time. And that's actually how it's written. And it was cool to experience that. I did have a fourth group that basically TPK'd. They didn't make it through. I forget what happened to them. It was probably pretty epic. Have you played that one yet? Anybody in here?
No, I've always wanted to.
Sean, have you done any Descent into Avernus with me? At least a session or two?
I think I did towards the end of one of the campaigns.
So the end? Okay. That's something we could think about. There's been discussion during past sessions recently about what are we going to move to next. We've been leaning towards it. It's looking like Spelljammer Planescape hybrid going into that shit next. But like, if you guys want to do some Baldur's Gate, Descend into Avernus, it would give me a chance to like break out some of that DLC that's out there and do like a real expanded version of it and do it, like fuck it, we'll do it live, live stream it or record it or whatever. I'd be down for that too. So whatever y'all want to do, let me know. We'll do that shit.
I've never done either, so I'm up for either one.
What do you guys think? What's y'all's vote? I know we're kind of putting you on the spot here, but we got to start talking about like what are we going to do next season. So
I'm good with whatever, as long as we get to keep playing.
yeah, that's how I feel. I have been playing D&D every Sunday since the 9th grade.
Didn't we bring up doing Spelljammer?
Yeah, that's where the vote was leaning to. The energy was going towards Spelljammer Academy, right? And then moving into Planescape, which I'm totally down for. That's what I was saying. I started watching Starfleet Academy, because I kind of think that's the direction we're moving on to in the next season here. But if Baldur's Gate's another option, I think it's a strong option.
It can always be after Spelljammer.
Yeah, that's true. But honestly, what my vote would be for me as the dungeon master, the director. I've run so much Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus role plays. I mean, I've run close to 200 episodes, 200 sessions of Descent into Avernus. I could put that on the back burner, and like if I could say like, yeah, I'd be happy to run that as a second group, as another group during the week, or after we do some Spelljammer and Planescape, because that's where my heart would really be, in Spelljammer and Planescape.
Well, we should definitely do that then.
Yeah, because I'm still a little burnt out from Descent into Avernus. Not gonna lie. I fuck with that shit too much.
Now, would our intent then be to start with new characters?
But here's the thing. If we were going to go to Descent into Avernus, I would have everybody start new characters, or I have to think of something creatively, to like have you keep the characters, maybe like making an epic level Descent into Avernus, which that would be very interesting. That would pique my interest actually. But the way I'm thinking we're moving into Spelljammer Academy is we just keep the same characters, and I'll just boost the level up, and I'll have to say, like, maybe let's go into some epic level gaming, Why don't we get into, like, with Spelljammer Planescape level 21? Why don't we see level 22? What happens? Are there level 10 spells now? Maybe?
Yeah, I haven't thought that far ahead for this character, so that's kind of good to know. I can start maybe playing on a future for him.
Yeah, like that was the real draw to this Spelljammer Planescape idea. And then if we could somehow maybe even, if we get through that, how cool would it be if we tied in Descent into Avernus too? And we just do it somewhat like a completely different storyline, but revolving around the events of Descent into Avernus. You know what I mean? Take a whole nother approach. And then that could be the big climax of the whole campaign. How badass would that be?
Run an epic level the hells?
Yeah.
That sounds epic.
That could be the move. And what that opens the door to, for me, is that opens the door to, I had an idea for going into Dis, the city of Dis, in the second level of the 9 Circles of Hell, after Descent into Avernus events happen. So we could even, this is in theory, but we could, in theory, with this route, that's we're talking about here and we're building have a complete downward spiral into the 9 circles of hell. It would take us like, a few months per circle of hell to get all the way down to the 9th level of hell. And you guys, by the time you got there, you'd be like level 30. It would be ridiculously awesome. Like if we could pull it off right. It'd take a lot of work, but I think we could potentially do that, if we had that endurance. And like, would we be the only 30th level game on Roll20? Probably. Does Wiz Khalifa smoke more weed than me? I doubt it. I doubt there are any 30th level games happening on Roll20. Dude. That would get some attention. We can get some new players and shit when we start getting like into those epic levels. Anyway, fucking A, we went on a rant. Okay, I'm gonna grab a fresh beer and we're gonna jump right into the next scene. Okay, I'll be right back in 10 seconds.
You guys ever watch Mr. Rex and like his What They Don't Tell You About series?
Mm-mm.
He actually
Name
doesn't
sounds
have
familiar.
one. Yeah, he doesn't have one on. Oh, he does have one on disc here. I'll fix this link.
All right. This is a cool game plan. Thanks for helping me flesh that out. Because that could give us, like, right there, what we just proposed, that's a storyline that'll go like a year and a half. That's from what I see, it's according to the amount of time it takes to beat those campaigns. That's like a year and a half of storyline prepared right there, an outline. So I think it'll be good. And then by the time we get to the Avernus shit, I'll be ready to jump back into that plane. You know what I mean? I won't be so burnt out from that layer of the hells. I'll be ready to hit it with a vengeance. So cool. All right, everybody in, checking in, crossing, you're here. Sean A, Sean
Yep.
B, Rambala, everybody's here. Okay.
Ready, check.
Cool. Check the mics. Check.
Check.
Yep, looking good. We're cool. Mixing board's looking good. It's on fire tonight. And let's press forward, shall we? We do so.
Yeah, the only other thing I could think of for that riddle, guys, is if 3 of us tried to hold hands with it at a time, maybe. But that's really putting us at risk for that trap. So I don't think it's worth trying at that point.
Yeah, plus the 3 more and 3 again thing.
Yeah, right. It doesn't really fit the riddle.
I have another hyper cheesy idea.
Okay.
Farouk, you still got them paints?
Yes, I do. Paula, would you like to swap Farouk and my mascot, please? Because I cannot. There's an invisible wall there.
Oh, I got you.
All right. Where's that?
You said
doorway?
you wanted your mascot back there? You said Peruk and your mascot? So technically, your mascot would be back there, like that?
Yep.
And then you poof him out or something? Like dismiss him?
Yeah.
Get him back? Something like that?
Yeah, it's a ritual summon.
Okay. Ritual summon.
Stack those 2 so I can move around easier. All right. Where did we think this other door was again?
I don't think there's another door in this hallway.
Well, let's take a look at the control panel and the configurations of the cogs, okay? Because
So this,
currently you're on configuration 3.
We still have access to the control panel, correct?
Yes. according to the
Okay,
configuration on you're currently on, yes, you have full access to the control room. You see, you don't have access to that third cog right now, but you have pretty much full control over what's going on in the first two cogs plus the control room with configuration 3.
I'm gonna go back up to the control room. Can I look around, see if there's anything hidden in here, anything that might give us any more ideas?
Well, there's some nasty ooze on the floor.
Did we recover that lever with a golden star on it?
No, it's still stuck in there.
Yeah, you kind of thought that could be a key to something. It's not a very large area. It's not like a massive cavernous area here that's cut into the stone of the cavernous walls. The control room, in the middle of it, there's this 4-foot high, 7-foot wide iron lectern. It's all rusty, iron plated. Actually, the whole room, even though it's built out into the cavern, it's iron plated. And you got this control panel in the middle of it all. And then set into the control panel is that gold lever, as you spoke upon. It's got the star-shaped handle. There are a couple of dials in red and blue. And then there are a couple of buttons of red and blue. And then the wall engravings behind the control panel show 5 groups of circles with a small crystal embedded in the wall under each one. The crystal under the configuration labeled 3 glows bright green. And then there are these 3 6-inch diameter rusty iron pipes that jut out from the wall above the engravings. Unk speaks! That Rambala, you've got a little bit of unk in you, don't you?
Yes.
Unk is saying unto you, Unk's voice may have said unto you before. Unk thinks she can figure out what the controls do just by studying them. That it'll take some time, study and contemplation.
Yeah, you said that before. And now we already know what the controls do, or at least to some extent.
Am I supposed to be able to see the path right up here to the north? Or is that a glitch?
What you see is where's this? Oh, okay. What you see is a small hole in the wall, and it looks to be smaller than about half the size of the crawl space you experienced before, back in that main tunnel with the juggernaut. Almost looks like a mouse hole or something. Tom and Jerry. But there is cobwebs. There are cobwebs all built into it that are thick, extremely thick, and it doesn't look too promising. It's about enough for you to reach your hand in, though. It's about large enough for that. Didn't you see that
No.
much?
Alrighty. I I think the only other place we really haven't checked is the third cog all the way to the right, where we had that southern path that went down to the statue. There looks like there's a marking on the control panel for something to the north. All right. If we can get it to configuration 1, right.
Why 1, 3 gives us access, and we're at 3?
Oh, it does. I missed that. Okay. So with the current configuration, we have a path through there, path there. Then I am going to, using, where'd they run off to? There you are. Using my marvelous pigments, I would like to paint a tunnel back into the third cog.
Very interesting. Seems your time in Dungrunglan served you well. Senator Shawnee, you weren't here for that. It was a big thing. Like, it was
There was
hilarious.
almost a wedding.
Yeah, you had to be there. Anyway, that was like, what, 20 episodes
That was
ago?
a hot minute ago, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was like 3 episodes in.
There are some versions of Tomb of Annihilation I've run where, so we are, what, 25 episodes in, right? There are some
Something
where
like that.
the party didn't have a, a spelljammer. And so it took them 20 sessions just to get to the Lost City before they even found their first puzzle box. Because they were on foot the entire time. So you guys have done great getting this far in 25 sessions. Okay, anyway. So, with that said, the party is pressing forward using the magic of Dungrunglan to their advantage. Their hacker's secret with the indigenous tribes of the Dungrunglan people.
And then that path to the north should be open because of the configuration. So, actually, then looks like with this configuration and painting that way through, the only thing that's not open is that little nodule to the north of the second cog. But
Correct.
all right, so I think that we don't really need to worry about moving these things around too much. All right.
Are you going to go right for carving your way through to the north, or are you going to check out some other conspiracy theories you've been tossing around, potentially when it comes to access to that mammoth statue and that main hall with the juggernaut? Speak now or forever hold your peace, because we're going to move forward either way, whichever direction you want to go.
I mean, that's up to everybody else. The only thing, either we'll find something up here that we can use. The only other option would be the lever, the star-shaped lever, since we no longer need to operate the gears if somebody wanted to rip that thing out of there or snap it off, because the mammoth is open at this configuration. Or do we want to check to see what's up north?
I mean, what do we have to lose checking up north? We hit every
It's
other place, it seems like, on here. North should be the way to go.
Alrighty.
Do we potentially want to try to squeeze in a long rest where we know it's fairly safe before we attempt to maybe move on to another level?
I am pretty exhausted.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind bedding down a little bit.
Okay, let me know how you want to do that. Where you want to camp out? You want to camp out on this level? Maybe find your way back upstairs, or I don't know. You just let me know what you want to do, and let me know about your watches and all that.
This corner looks comfy.
Do we want to bed down in the room that had the magical wardrobes that spawned things to kill us?
That is a fair point.
I mean, it wasn't until we messed with him, right?
The other thing too is there's
wardrobes.
To what?
Dimensional wardrobes don't seem like a fun thing to sleep next to.
Well, I would not recommend the second gear, the middle gear, as gargoyles may come back. And there are two entrances to this one. There's only one entrance at the control room, or we can go down by the mammoth statue. Also, there's calamari that likes to tell whispers, so I want to make sure that there's no way for that to reach us.
How do you feel, Senator Sean?
I'm comfortable here in the cupboard room. I mean, the only problem is with opening them. And until we opened them, it was a pretty safe area, I would think.
It has spoken. Does everybody else feel comfortable about this? We have Rembala and the wizard on the same page.
I'll go with it. That's fine.
Yep. I am gonna use part of my rest time to resummon my spirit mascot.
All right, I'll get that over to you. So.
I
Yes,
just
he's back
I just
over
read.
in the main hall area. I'll bring him right over.
Yeah, I just dropped the token and resummoned it.
Okay, perfect. That's easier. But she was digging into my, like, I had a pair of blue jeans that was just sitting in a heap on the floor, and she jumps on the blue jeans and starts digging into it with her claws. She puts holes in my pants or my shirts and shit. You know, when she did that, I'm like, no, don't do that. Those are my blue jeans. Usually it's okay, but these ones, you know, I don't want them to be the type of blue jeans that I can't wear out in public without underwear on because they got holes in the butt or something. So, okay, you can assume that you guys are doing your thing, the ablutions before the rest. Is there going to be a campfire or anything for a meal? How much camp are you really building here?
I wouldn't call it like a camp, maybe like a hasty camp. I don't think we have any firewood to set up for a
Cabinets.
let's not destroy those. I feel like that's a bad idea.
I had one ration, so
Uh, did things go bad? Well, no, because nothing living can survive too long in a bag of holding, so that would mean bacteria as well. So then the tamale shouldn't rot.
To be fair, it's also only been like 2 days.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that. 2 days. It's been like 6 months. Oh yeah.
It's been a while. You know, out here in the jungle, time is irrelevant because it always feels like forever.
and if we need, there's plenty of fresh crab around.
One day, 3 days, forever. It's all the same out here.
Maybe we're all actually dead, and this tomb is just hell, and we're all stuck here for eternity.
Maybe we're the poltergeist, man. Well, did you ever think about that? Maybe we shouldn't have ran with the dead, dude.
We had that same conversation at work on Thursday.
Maybe Earth's in a black hole.
I shouldn't have joined Berkeley, man. I shouldn't have smoked this shit, and then I joined Berkeley School of Music. What the fuck?
But yeah, no, I still have a lot of tamales, so I think we're good there.
All right, so first watch,
I
roll a perception check.
a
Oh,
7.
yeah. You fall asleep during your watch.
That
Well,
sounds
I
right.
will be having my mascot also keep watch. It rolled a 13 because I don't think it needs to sleep.
Okay. I think Lord Hold is in the house. Well, it's not so much that you fall asleep through the entirety of your watch, just here and there, because you're really tired. So by the time the Lord Hold mascot leaves you of your duties, most likely, given the strain of the situation and the anxiety, watch number 2 is probably just waking up to duties. Who's on 2?
I can take 2.
All right. Make a perception check. What do you guys think? Should we get that Artificer book
I'm sleepy as well.
for roll 20? Yeah, you fell asleep as well on your watch. You've been down here for a while, a couple of levels without a real long rest, I think. Haven't been long rest for 3 sessions or something. But hey, what do you think that Artificer book would be helpful? Like, would you find anything in there? Think we should grab that for the server? But
I was looking at it, but
I don't
I
know.
think it only
No,
really,
Artificer.
yeah, I think it only gives access to like the cartographer, which didn't really seem the greatest.
Yeah, is that it? Okay, then we'll all forget about it. So I've got $80 in credit for our server here to buy books. You know, thanks to DM's Guild. Well, actually, this is Shadowrun money mostly. So I still know like where do I direct the funds to help our players the best. So if you can think of some stuff I should buy for the server, let me know. It goes for all of you. I'm thinking of maybe picking up some Marvel stuff or like maybe some other systems could be cool because I've got most everything we need for D&D. You know? Anyway, let's press forward. So we have a similar situation with the second watch, and then third watch. Up and yeah, your skull's not caved in or anything, and you're going into the ethereal. You ready for your third watch? Mage, are you straight mage?
Sorcerer.
Oh, you're a sorcerer. Okay, so you don't have to have last watch or first watch and still be able to memorize your spells. So a sorcerer you could technically take third watch, right?
I'll take third. I'll roll a perception here in just a
Okay,
second.
shoot. All
All
right,
right,
We're
mascot.
all too sleepy to.
you and your buddy, that Lorehold totem, he, you become fast friends. You have your little Pokemon from Strixhaven to do most of the perimeter work for you. You probably like sit back and study your Arcana or read a book or what have you. Roll a charisma check. Okay. So what happens is you suddenly have a weird feeling wash over you. That's like a chill. And before you know it, this is right at the end of your watch. Something is not right. You can't move, and you can't even think for yourself. There's this pressure that gathers behind your eyes. It's slow, and, and it's like a tidal wave creeping upon the beachhead, like something vast turning in deep water. Thoughts you know are yours begin to slick over, edges soften, reordered. Memories float up unbidden, ones you hadn't touched in years. And something else is there with them, examining, tasting the emotions they carry. There's a voice that does not speak so much as settle, coiling through your inner monologue. It feels ancient, patient, confident you will eventually stop resisting. Images bleed in, cyclopean cities drown in green-black depths, stars seen through miles of water, civilizations reduced to settlement and story. The feeling is not rage or hunger, but ownership. You realize with quiet horror and this weird sprite collision of consciousness that the thoughts pushing back against the presence feels clumsy, temporary. The urging calm, obedience, acceptance feels smooth and inevitable. That somewhere in the dark recesses of your mind, something vast and inhuman is smiling. Because it has been there. It has been here in your mind before. And it knows you'll forget that this fear was ever yours. Kill them! And then your eyes,
Already.
your eyes black over like wraiths in the night. Make a constitution save as your body begins getting racked in some type of painful energy. Just for a moment, perhaps, or maybe forever. And then you cast it all aside. Take 1 point of psychic damage. And you end the third watch.
That could have been bad.
Do you inform fourth watch of the events?
I do.
All right. Well, at least I know to be on high alert. Thanks for the heads up, man. Get some sleep. All right.
Ranger takes fourth watch. Perception check.
Well, no matter what, I will have the highest roll with my
Promising.
plus 12.
Nice. In. Your night goes by without encounter. This, if you can call this night, and all is dark down here for a world of it. But you don't sense any of these weird extra dimensional sensations you've been warned about. Maybe it's just that lizard armor over that part of your brain. That the rest of the camp wakes up to another day. It's a new day, and well, at least the mage, some stories to tell, the sorcerer, I'll be back in a moment. Grabbing the last beer of the night. Chat it up as you're roasting marshmallows and scrambling eggs in the morning. Be right back.
Be right back. I'm gonna go grab something from my ear.
All right, let's rock and roll.
Crossing had to step out real quick. He'll be right back.
All right, I'm back. Spraying Bactine in my earlobe.
Oh, look at this. We're at about 34 degrees here in Lake County, Florida. 34 degrees. We're about to freeze. It's going to be raining iguanas. Oh, here though.
About 4 a.m. here, it's going to be 2 degrees. It's currently 10.
What?
It was negative 12 yesterday on my way into work.
And that was ambient. And that was
that was-
ambient. That was not the
that
wind
wasn't the real
chill. It was like,
Yeah.
yeah, they canceled my kid's school on Friday because I think the wind chill was like negative 22 or something like that.
Oh, they were talking about canceling school Monday here in my district just because it was going to be like, 27 degrees in the morning. But they were like, nope, the kids got to come in. Forget that. And some of the parents were like, fuck that. Our kids are staying home. They're not going to the bus stop in that weather.
That's so funny because up here, 27 degrees is like, yeah, your ass is going to school. Shut up.
27 degrees
Yeah,
is like, it's like weather on the beach up in Ohio
That's,
in the
that's
winter.
the majority of winter time. 27 is a warm day in the winter.
Ugh. So remember about
I just
Ohio,
asked.
man. When I was there, I never saw the sun. It was like a great overcast sky. It was a great town, great state. It was I don't have any bad memories there, but like it was like the sun had been exploded or something, or like there's just this gray veil over the entire place, like in the Matrix.
Well, see, you weren't here during road construction season.
It's one of the 4 great seasons of Ohio.
That's right.
You mean one of the 2 seasons?
Okay, sure.
Ohio has 2 seasons:
No.
construction and winter.
No, there's pre-construction, construction, leftover construction, and then winter.
That's right. Yeah, that's what we say here.
The number of times I had to drive across 80 and see orange barrels that they didn't touch for like a year and a half. But anyhow, we're digressing.
Let's move forward, shall we?
Right, so safe to say all of our long rests went through.
Yeah, the night went on without any real physical encounters. Some bad dreams, if you like to put it that way and just shrug it off, or would you like to make a group conversation about your findings when it comes to that voice in your mind during the watch?
It was pretty strong for sure, but things came out good at the end.
Do we think it was whatever the thing that was telling riddles before was, or?
I don't know, but it could read seemed like every emotion and memory that I had all in one fell swoop.
Well, hopefully, whatever it is, it's locked to this floor. And if we move on, hopefully we won't encounter it anymore. unless somebody wants to go fishing.
I say we paint that doorway and we skedaddle.
Nope. This hold on, let me double check the. Let me check the image here. If I recall, it should be open. Yeah, it's open with configuration 3.
Yep.
Yeah, let's go ahead and skedaddle. We can't get through. You
Give
put a
me a
block
good
on us.
marching order. Help. Hold on. Here's what I'll do. Is before you get to the other side of the dynamic lighting, give me a good marching order. It's a good time for that. Y'all play Baldur's Gate on PlayStation and all that shit. Give me a good marching order. I'll press
I
you
can
for
take
it.
point. Take point if
That looks
nobody else
pretty good.
wants to.
It looks good.
All right. Yep.
Press forward. No promise. And you move on through to another main hall type of situation. Goths, Farouk are the first to see it. There are, well, there are graven images, rotting corpses that decorate this hall. And the floor is littered with tarnished coins, pieces of armor, broken shields, axe heads, and other bits of scrap metal all abound. The bottom of these steps lead down a good 20 feet or so. You don't have any real light aside from that which you bring in your dark vision. Help see through. How do you wish to proceed?
I'll start just moving forward cautiously.
Um, the rubble at the bottom of the stairs. Do
Sir?
they look like they have? Do they look like they've been smushed at all?
This distance, uh, that'd be very difficult to tell at the top of the steps. Uh, what's your dark vision?
Uh, Torchlight. I don't have
Torchlight?
dark vision.
Yeah, you
Don't
barely
you have
see it.
goggles tonight?
Do I have those, or did I give those to you? I
I
made
have them.
goggles of night, but
I
yeah,
thought you made
I thought I
two.
made them for you. I can't make two of the
Oh,
same uh replicate magic items. Otherwise, I'd be murdering everybody with bags of holding.
There's a bit of mist in the air, a bit of mystery after what you just went through this past several days, weeks. There's also a bit of horror in the air. There's that stale sting of death in the air that salts your nostrils. A cold races down your spine. How do you wish to proceed?
well, since I have goggles of night with 60 feet of dark vision, can I tell if the rubble at the bottom's been like rolled over, trampled, smushed, anything like that?
You see that it looks long undisturbed.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out a callback to the beginning of this season. I'm going to pull out my figurine of wondrous power, the Onyx dog. and I'm going to summon it and send it walking down the hallway.
Shows up and it's sniffing around like a hound dog. And go ahead and do you have the wisdom save for that? Unless it has a perception number, it would be a wisdom save.
I do not have a character sheet for it. 1 second.
Would that be? I imagine there's probably something similar to like a celestial hound or something, but it would be from the Beastlands. Similar stat block, maybe not any radiant power. It could potentially have it because he's like Gwenrivar, definitely summoned from the Beastlands, no doubt about it. Let's see.
Um,
Looks
don't
like
see
it
any
takes the
wisdom scores.
Mastiff.
A good large size medium beast. I got some
Oh,
stats here we can run with.
Yeah, it works.
oh,
If you
sorry, that
got something,
displayed the.
I'm looking it up.
There it is. Onyx dog can become a Mastiff for up to 6 hours. The Mastiff has an intelligence of 8, can speak Common, also has dark vision, 60 feet. But on D&D Beyond, the Mastiff is linked. So I think it takes that stat block.
Do you have the plugin to bring that over, or
Yes.
I
I
just
think
make
that's
some
just going
shit
to
up
send it
and like it might be a little broken.
I think that's just going to do the image. Yep.
What do you
Why are you
think of
missing
this?
step?
I'm gonna put this in Sunday chat. What do you guys feel about rolling with this? I think this is fair. It's pretty on par with what we're looking at. So if we were to go with this route, it has a perception of +3.
Yeah, the only change I would say is to the intelligence, because the item specifically says it has an intelligence of 8. I think that's the minimum requirement in order to be able to speak Common.
Okay, yeah, if that's the default, then that would override this, this particular template that we're looking at. Okay, yeah, excellent. Okay, fair enough.
And yeah, it's pretty on par with the Mastiff stat block anyhow, so that works.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Seeing the middle ground here. Okay, great. It's just there's a mastiff in the prime material world, and then there are mastiffs that are from the beastlands. Just like there are brontosauruses from Jurassic Park, and then there are brontosauruses from the beastlands. A little bit different. So pressing forward, if you dare, find yourselves in this hall of decay. Yes, the graven images of the rotting corpses decorating the hall. It's not the greatest of looking of paths. It looks as dark as all the roads you've traveled to get here, if not a little more. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm sending the dog down there to see if he'll trigger any traps.
Dog doesn't trigger any traps. Gets all the way up to the set of steps that lead down. And then your dog starts pointing off to the west. There's a flash of white light and a booming sound. Your dog's like, "Arr!" and pointing in the westerly direction, where there's crackles of brilliant energy emanating forth from the darkness, stealing all of your pup's attention.
Oh, I just realized we're missing Rambala.
Oh, he probably had to drop out for a phone call or something. He's got kids and shit.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
We just had to say his name enough times.
Yeah.
Rambala, Rambala, Rambala. Like Beetlejuice.
Did you hear the mom from Beetlejuice passed away just within the past couple
Yep.
days? She was a legend in Beetlejuice culture, man. And remember, did you see the Beetlejuice 2? Have any of you seen that one yet? Beetlejuice Part 2?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
it's
had
good.
her own like ghost TV show or something. Like she had her own show. She was like a superstar. It was cool. Okay, so anyway,
All right, well, I'm gonna make my way down the hallway.
so you catch up
Since no traps
with
are
your
triggered.
dog.
Yep.
There's definitely something up ahead. There's a hot wind that's emanating forth from that side of the hallway. It's almost like a burning oil. And you see flashing, like strobing in this energy that is almost like lightning, like striking and emanating and pulsing. There is some type of a balcony looking over a darkness. Now,
I'm not gonna go in, but I'm gonna get right up to the threshold of the door to try to get a better look in there.
see that there's a stone balcony that protrudes from the wall near side. There's another one opposite the side of this expanse here. The western balcony's got to be a good dozen feet higher or more than this eastern one that you're nearly upon. There's this drop. It descends seemingly forever into a dark void, or it disappears into a cloudy vortex, lit by arcs of white and purple lightning. All of the energy is wrapping around an enormous metal gear, floating 100 feet or so below there. Another however many feet above in the vortex, there's another gear above your head. And there is this chain link connecting the two vortexes. You know those, remember Spencer's Gifts back in the day? Come on, you guys remember Spencer's Gifts? And they'd have all,
Oh yeah.
remember that ball that like you'd
Yeah.
plug it into the wall and then when you touch it, all the shit, all the little signals, the electrical signals would touch to your fingertips. This chamber seems to be very much like that, but the energy, the tendrils of energy, they spiderweb out to the north, up above you, and to the south, down below. And this whole place is just a vortex of lightning-like energy. It's awful. Who knows what the fuck is going on here? And then, exploding from a rift up above, is this pentagonal shape, winged in nature. It appears with gears moving its limbs like some type of Trekkie disillusion. And it lands, perches upon the balcony there right before you, squirming around like some type of sea urchin you've just picked from the sea. Its gears are all clanking away. There's no immediate vocabulary, no immediate communication other than it's really otherworldly bodily vibes in the way it squirms around in mechanical nature. It's like nothing you've ever seen before.
I'm gonna back away and let the artificer come take a look at it because it looks mechanical and I know nothing about mechanics.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a little look-see.
Okay. Give me a. Let's see here. Identify this thing. But it's going to be a history check.
25.
It's a Modron. You've heard of these things before. Never seen one. Mechanical, fleshy beings from the plane of Nirvana.
Great band.
Aren't these the like immortal assassin things?
Or you know it, there are two more of these things floating right behind it, but they look different. These things look more cube-sized, like six-sided die, with wings, but a very strange nature. They appear, and they are holding bow and arrow, short bows, arrows knocked and ready. Looks like these things mean business, or is this a parlay? What's going down here? This thing is immediately called in backup. What do you want to do?
I'm going to bow to it and say and ask, are you here to assist us restoring the natural order of life and death?
Charisma check.
That's not good.
Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20, nat. Yeah,
I'll take an
18's good
18.
too.
Yeah, there you go.
Especially with my +0.
In response, I have to roll against that. 18. Oh my goodness. That was actually on a Magic the Gathering spin down. I don't recognize a symbol in the D20, but anyway, I rolled an 18 on the die to meet it or beat it. And so, therefore, in response, this thing, the largest of the Modrons, the hexagonal shaped Modron, exhales this massive 30-foot cone of green gas. That's going to hit everybody except for Athazar. Athazar, you don't have to save. Everyone else, roll me a Constitution save.
One second, I gotta get back to my character sheet.
Cool. It's one of those saves that tip my hand that you just don't have to completely bomb. You'll probably be all right. Oh no, Rambo!
Dirty 20.
Y'all are good. Rapala, though, not so much. You
Before you give that, let us know if that succeeds or fails. I'm going to give him a +5 with my Flash of Genius.
it's a
I don't know
reaction.
if it'll help, but it's yes.
Okay.
Whenever you or another creature you see within 30 feet make an ability check or saving throw, you can add +5.
DC was 11, however.
Yeah, try it.
Yeah. Rambala, you become stiff as a board, frozen as ice, paralyzed. Dun, dun, dun.
Should have added that +5 to that charisma check. Damn it.
Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking it was only on a failure. Because I have one of my other things that only activates on a failure for me. But it's only for Dex. But yep. Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
So with that, I need everybody to go ahead and roll initiative because these things, well, the smaller Modrons, they move to load a couple of arrows into their bow, not just the one. They move to load a second arrow on their bows in reaction. The parlay is not going well.
Run away! Run away!
Big guy didn't roll too well. Let's see, it's only a 9 on the big guy. Oh, the smaller gnomes also rolled the 9. So, interesting. You guys have the jump on things. So technically, yeah, if you wanted a Final Fantasy run away from the situation, you could. Peruk, you have the jump on things. No pun intended.
Um, I am going to recommend that we all head down these stairs. And start that way.
So, Prue, you make a dash for the steps. And the rest of the party, long story short, do you follow suit or not?
Yeah, Goth absolutely follows. What condition did Rumbala get?
I should probably pull him along with us.
That was paralyzation, man.
Yeah, Aurar's gonna scoop him up and carry him out.
Yeah. So it's half movement. Drag him in his heavy armor to safety.
Would it be half movement? Because I can use Aurar as a mount.
I guess if you grabbed him and used Aurora for. Yeah, you can probably do that.
Yeah, Aurar picked them up.
Okay. So down the steps you go, right? Is Athazar? We're on the same page? Cool.
Yes.
Athazar taking rear guard. And then with that, you find something more than interesting. Fall down the steps like a bat out of hell. You basically explode into a room on a lower, hidden, sunken level of the Tomb of Annihilation. There's green smoke that billows throughout the area from bronze cauldrons. It's got to be a good 20-foot high vaulted ceiling. Comes to greet you after you've dived another 100 feet down into the hells or wherever you are in this jungle. Barely visible through the haze are a few rocking chairs, several workbenches heaped in haphazard, what have you, and there's a spinning wheel, like a roulette wheel. There's a rusty cage containing prisoners. There are galleries standing 10 feet above the floor to either side of the room, doors on all sides. This place looks like some sick lab or something. For when you look deep into the rusty cage, into the visage of the prisoners, not only do you see prisoners, but you see yourselves naked and oblivious to your presence. It's as if you've run into clones of yourselves, trapped within a cage. And that is where we're going to have to fade to black tonight. Because that's as far as I've prepped. Done.